Welcome to the Twisted Pint Tavern. Today we're visiting r/DnD to answer D&D players of Reddit, what are some of your favorite puzzles and challenges? If you have any great puzzles or stories to add to this, put them in the comments and they might get pulled into a future video. I'm a new DM of 2 months. I do my sessions with some friends in person. I made random symbols on a piece of paper, then cut the paper and had them piece it together. It lasted 20 minutes. It worked for the moment because I was doing something with another player who was outside the cave guarding an NPC. You would be surprised how long you can distract a table of D&D players with ripped up pieces of paper. Trust me, I've been doing it for months. I would sincerely recommend buying an Hourglass if you can. The intensity will absolutely feel more real. You can definitely use a stopwatch, but they can see exactly how many seconds. An Hourglass, you say 5 minutes, and they only have sand to look at. For puzzles, I could also recommend that you create a larger floor, maybe a couple of enemies, and have it change. So whatever hallway they're in just rotates. Have it all rotate on a predetermined amount of time or turns, and have it be a predetermined path of change so they can figure it out. Then they have to find the exit while a skeleton spawns somewhere in the labyrinth every now and again, so much time returns. Create a fake codex of hieroglyphs. That sounds like a lot of work, but go get any hieroglyphic set and just add your own words. Maybe they have to figure out which order they go in based on clues, or if one member is good with language, maybe they can shine in that moment. I would also say maybe take a floor and split up the party. Put them each in an identical small trap, something not too complex, but they can't speak to or assist each other. This is a lot of ideas all at once, but they're all pretty solid. I really like the whole putting the party in different rooms that are like the same or similar traps, because you could totally have some sort of like, one person has to pull a lever here to activate something in a different trap over there, and it could lead to some really cool moments. Always been a fan of light and mirror puzzles. Though I am far better at devising traps than I am puzzles, I will give it a shot for you. Trap room that becomes electrified. Party has to daisy chain themselves between the two doors to complete the circuit and make them unlock. I really like that one actually. Say a light over one door that flickers on when an electrified PC touches it as a hint. Think that one Saw room from the last movie. Otherwise, they slowly take lightning damage each round. Or a room that fills with sand that starts to noticeably drain out the bottom into something that appears scary. A message on the wall that says, only the serene may pass. The scary thing at the center is an illusion or fake. The way out is to relax and let the sand carry them out. Those that fight suffocate and are drawn out while unconscious. Any that come out awake get a boon for a boss fight or treasure of some kind via a spirit, fae, bound devil, etc. Those that come through unconscious don't. So no death, just a chance at a reward and maybe, depending on your playstyle, a loss of something for a failure. Maybe like a bless effect for success and a bane effect for a failure until the end of the boss battle. I think that's a really good way to run traps or puzzles actually, is you don't lose something for failing it, but you gain something for succeeding, which means if it's hard to succeed, you don't feel bad because like, oh, I lost my items or I'm hurt now. Instead, you're like, well, I lost this opportunity for a benefit. And I like that sand thing, kind of reminds me of the devil's snare from Harry Potter. A room with a desk and a chest. The desk has a lit candle. Open the chest with the candle lit, fire elemental. Blow the flame out, wind elemental. If they snuff the candle, there's an object in the chest. Simple, straightforward, I like it. Sometimes an easy challenge is nice. 20-foot wide chasm over a raging river. A 10x10 room with one entryway and a lever in the middle. Pulling the lever closes the door and locks it. Then the room begins to fill with water. Flipping the lever back drains the water and opens the door. If the room fills with water, the pressure opens a secret door on the other side. A game of 20 questions with the statue. I just know my players. The game of 20 questions with the statue is gonna get weird really quick. A room empty except a door in, out, and a podium with a button on it. When you press the button, a countdown from 10 starts. If the button is pushed again, the countdown resets. When the countdown reaches 5, pale green flames light across the room. When it reaches 3, the lights go out. When it reaches 0, the door forward opens. It's very simple. Countdowns make people nervous. So Bashu did a video on this, or a concept very similar to this, and I really liked it, and it works really well, because it's the whole point of like, don't overthink things. However, it's the kind of problem where you can only do it once, and it's not even like once per game. Once you do it to a player, if that player's in other games where it comes up again, then they know to just take it easy. But still definitely worth putting in at least once. And here's a couple of puzzles that I personally have put into my games, and they were great. The first one that always comes to mind is a puzzle cube that I 3D printed, put something inside of, then gave to my players. The entire session while they were doing stuff in game, they were passing the cube around trying different things until one of them twists the right combination of things. There's a click and the table went silent. It was by far one of the best reveals of the campaign. This next one is a bit of advice, but don't be afraid to list some extra details of a scene before a fight starts, and have one of those things be a sort of kill switch to end the fight early. This makes an entire combat seem like a puzzle, and makes the players feel really smart when they figure it out. I put one of my groups up against a giant dwarven machine that was controlled by the consciousness of an ancient dwarven mad scientist. This was basically his way of becoming a lich, and the machine was near indestructible. However, when setting the scene, I described various things on an old workbench, like organs, vials of fluid, and a brain in a weird jar-like thing. After the party had gotten beat up a bit, the sorcerer decided to stop fighting the automaton and go try to smash the jar with the brain in it. That was the old dwarf's brain, and thus instantly severed his link to the machine, ending the fight. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to click like and subscribe to become a tavern regular. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.